News 1110 99.3 WBT, the Income Strategy Show with Dolph Janis of ClearIncomeForLife.com, and who might be the biggest Seinfeld fan I know.
I love Seinfeld. Everything about it. Everything about him.
How many times a week do you still watch Seinfeld off?
I would say about 5 or 6 times a week. I usually watch at least one episode usually before I go to bed, just to put me in a good mood before I go to bed.
Who do you think was your favorite character of all time on the show?
Oh, it had to be Kramer. Easily it was Kramer. Just because you never knew what he was going to do next.
I have a hard time answering that question. I think Elaine might be my favorite. I don't know, sometimes George.
George was too annoying.
Well, the thing is, I think we can agree that show would not have been successful if each character was not there.
100%.
It wouldn't have been as interesting if it were just about Jerry. And it's just a great cast of actors and just a great storyline. Very, very funny. I have a rule in life. If folks don't think that Seinfeld is funny, we're probably not going to be friends. That's just kind of how it goes. But yes, you said Kramer is your favorite. Michael Richards, best known for playing Cosmo Kramer. Remember this scene?
Grab a cigar, boys. It's time to celebrate.
How much are they paying?
Let's just say that I don't have to worry about working for a while. A long while.
That's funny because I haven't seen you working for a while. A long while.
And you're not going to, because I'm hanging it up. Boys, I'm retiring.
From what?
I never really did understand how Kramer had money. Neither did the other characters on the show, but whatever. We don't know what he retired from. Or do we?
I don't think we do.
I think one time they addressed what he did previously for work, but it was briefly in an episode. But I'm going to have to go back and watch.
He must have got an inheritance of some sort.
It could be. I mean, good for Kramer, retiring from what there, but retiring nonetheless. But for those of us who don't get a huge retirement payoff or a pension from our employer, because those seem to be pretty rare these days, how do we plan for not working for a while, a long while?
A long while?
It could be a long while, just like they said in the clip there.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I just love the show so much. The show was about nothing. And that's what made the show so successful. You had 4 individuals from 4 different backgrounds coming together about nothing. But guess what? Elaine, Jerry, George, Kramer, what do they all have in common is they all had a different situation. I mean, Jerry was a comedian. He made really good money. Kramer must have inherited money. George had a hard time for working. And Elaine had that day in, day out, I have to go to work for a publishing company, da-da-da. So they all, at the end of the day, had the same thing. They have a different situation. Everybody in this country that I work with, or I talk to, or are listening and going into retirement, you all have a different situation you're working with. It's what you have to work with that you have to understand when it comes to retirement. Some people are very wealthy. Some people are trying to get wealthy. Some people are just getting by. But you have to plan accordingly with what your situation is, not the lottery scenario, but you got to plan for growth and you got to plan for income. Because at the end of the day, you got to do what you want to do in retirement on your terms, not somebody else's. It's part of the reason why I wrote my book, Cross the Bridge to Retirement, because you have to ask yourself, what kind of retirement do you want to live? And if you just think about it and you're having a glass of wine or a cup of tea or whatever, a cup of coffee tonight, and you're with your spouse or if you're by yourself, just think about it. What kind of retirement do I want to live, or what kind of retirement am I living? Are you going to want to travel? Do you want to play golf? Do you want to just relax on the beach? Some people still want to work. I mean, I have clients right now that are still working because they enjoy working so much, or they're going to be dependent on somebody else when it gets down to it. Do you want to be that person where I'm 75 years old, all I got is coming in as Social Security, which is not enough, and I have to be dependent on somebody else? So at the end of the day, you look at the Seinfeld cast, and they're all going to retire in different shape, way, and forms, and compare that to your lifestyle of which situation do you want to be in? The one struggling for money, the one who's planning properly for money, or the one's just living life and it is? Kramer's just living life as it is because he has this money and he's done it the proper way. Jerry's planning for retirement, and George was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to retire. So what situation do you want to be in?